Welcome again to Life in the God Lane. I'm Tom West, and I call this message Truth to Stand. Truth to Stand from Ephesians 6:14, and this is the power verse for the day for Thursday, July 28th, 2022. Hope you'll subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified every time I put something out. Give me thumbs up, make comments, help me get this out to as many people as I can. We teach the Bible here, folks. We were trained in hand-to-hand combat in the Army way back in 1968. The basis of defeating an enemy in hand-to-hand combat is to stand firm. To get knocked off your feet and end up on the ground would almost certainly lead to defeat and probably death in hand-to-hand combat. What was true in the U.S. Army back when I went through training in 1968 was certainly true for the first century Roman soldier. We're going to take a look at him briefly today. If he didn't stand firm, he was dead. There was just almost no question about that. We must stand firm as we fight our spiritual battles today. Today, for instance, this is just a for instance, okay? 40 million Americans are on psychiatric drugs today. And I want to suggest to you that they're fighting a spiritual battle, okay? And what happens? Often things get worse, not better. But there's spiritual battles going on all the time. And I want to explore that briefly with you a little bit today. Look at Ephesians 6, verse 14. It says this, "Stand firm, therefore, having girded your loins with truth and having put on the breastplate of righteousness." The Roman soldiers wore a wide leather belt around their waist, and he would attach his weapons to that belt, his weapons that he used in battle so he could stand and defeat the enemy. They were all hooked up with his belt, and it was a key to standing in battle was to have that belt on. The Christian's belt like that is this one thing. It is truth. Our battle is always against the schemes of the devil, that is his lies told to us through our feelings. We all fight this all the time, even people that know it and understand it like me, and I still fight his battle against my feelings. He tries to lie to us about with our feelings. His tools, what he really wants is sin and death. He wants to destroy us by sin and lead that to death. But his tools were sin. That was always his tool. Guess what happened to sin? Jesus beat sin down on the cross by paying the price for it. And so he's beat that. And the devil doesn't have that to use anymore. And then death. He defeated death. How did he do that? He was raised from the dead. And he crushed the devil's death penalty. He wants people dead. He wants to lie to us, drag us off into sin, and get us death, get us killed. All the devil has left are lies that he works through our feelings to tell us, okay? He uses his lies and our feelings to drag us into sin and death. He can't impose sin and death by himself. He has to lie to us and drag us into it. So how do we stand firm against his destruction? By lies, which is what he uses. Well, you put on the belt of truth. In other words, make truth the basis of your battle plan to stand and not get beat by the devil. Truth is found in God, and it's found in his word, which we find in the Bible. One of Satan's great tools is fear. He lies to us and gets us to fear things. And he'll use fear to toss the believer to the ground, cause him to give up, even cause him to commit suicide. It's one of the things he uses to lie to us, to get us to sin, to get us to death. That's what the devil does. Truth can counter and defeat fear and all the lies. Truth can counter lies. It's stronger than the lies, but we need to stand on it, okay? Ephesians 6, verse 16 says, "In addition to all, taking up the shield of faith with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one." He's shooting at you all the time. You put up the shield of faith, which is truth, and you can beat him down. So the truth to stand is always about faith. That means you trust God and what his word says. You trust God and what his word says. And then you stand in faith and established on truth and beat Satan's lies. Stand on God's truth. Make that the basis of your life, and you will be blessed, and you'll beat back the Satan and his lies that are trying to destroy you. Bless your heart. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.